yeah, yeah. No, no lie, no lie, no lie, yeah, yeah. No lie, no lie. Well, that's annoying. Go away. Go away, that's all. Hey, we got someone. Isaac Argello. Hey, hey, what's up? What's up? Dude, I don't know how to get this menu screen off my deal here. No, no. Greetings from Canada. Simply me. Thank you. Where in Canada? Oh man, I made a really bad decision. Chad. Oh, Chad. Chad! I'm gonna send you one day. Just mark my words. Ooh, I got some dirty laundry over there. I'm gonna send you back all this money you've given me, just as a sign of good faith. How are you, dude? What are you up to today? How's the side hustle going? How's the side business going? Cassie? Hey, Cassie. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty bright, pretty happy. No complaints. No complaints at all. How are you? You too, Chad. How are you today, man? What's the dizzle? What's the dizzle? I suppose I could answer your question. Just finished a really cool video shoot this morning with the clinical director from the rehab I went to. So I got some footage with him for the channel, which is good. I was gonna offload that footage now. Still am. But I just thought I wanted to do a live stream and just say what's up. I was bored. Kind of missed you guys. Just wanted to say hey. Yeah, yeah. Alberta, Canada. Awesome. Marla, hope you're doing well, Noah. Marla, I'm so glad I did this because there are people I never get to see on here based on normally doing it on Sunday. I'm super well, Marla, and I hope you are too, and I hope your son is also. Yeah, I'm going to put, let's see here. Okay, can you guys hear me okay? Real quick. I'm going to try putting this mic on. How's it sound? Does it sound okay? Anybody? Everybody? Did this adapter work? Roddy Davis says he's got 29 days sober. Good for you, man. Cassie, thank you. I love seeing you on the channel. I just feel good every time I see you. Roddy says he loves videos. Thanks, man. Subhash Poon says, are you still on TRT, dude? I am. I'm still on TRT, about 130 milligrams a week. Pano says, no, what are your views on weed? I don't have any negative views towards weed. I think if it's something that someone can incorporate in their life in a good way, in a healthy way, and it's not taking away from other parts of their life, they're not pushing through consequences because of their use, then sure, people should do whatever they want. I know that it's not an option for me. That's for sure. It's just not something, I'm having fun with these filters. It's not something I feel comfortable with, but yeah, to each their own, that's for sure. Where the comments go? Michelle Antoinette, I send super chats, but I'm saving to move. Don't be sorry. Nobody should send me a penny ever, ever, unless it's just something they're truly inspired to do. I'm so thankful that all of you are here, and of course, I'm grateful to people that throw in a couple shillings. But no, don't worry about that. Let's see, where were we? Simply Me did a $4 donation. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's super cool of you. Fred says, thank you for your vids. New to test at 50. Thank you. You're welcome. And I hope it helps. Hope it helps, man. Michelle says, Noah. Hey, Michelle. Fred, I appreciate how you put yourself out there. Thanks. Good. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Let's see if I can see your avatar. Yeah, you always look good too. You look healthy too. A nameless icon says, just want to say you have inspired me a lot in my anxiety recovery, and I hope all is well in your life. I'm also from Portland. Oh, crazy. Awesome. Hey, Jess. Hey, Maddie. Yeah, I jumped on a random live stream. Cassie says, I'm just at work, but it's slow. Cassie, what do you do for work? Tony says, oi, oi. What's up, Tony? Tony says, I drink far too much. Sneaky drinking. I used to drink far too much as well. I feel you. Simply Me says, I'm currently 7 days sober from alcohol, and I feel great. Good for you. That's a big deal, getting those first few days. Emma James says, H. Cassie says, you should make a video on mood regulation, tips, etc. That's a good idea. I'll consider that for sure. Tony J, how did you do it simply? It wasn't a simple process for me, other than as far as me being sober, if that's what you're talking about, and I'm coming up on 9 months here. The simply for me was just admitting I needed help and then turning over the wheels. Left to my own devices, it wasn't going well at all. I wasn't able to get sober, stay sober. It wasn't going well. But once I turned everything over, and for me that was a treatment facility, everything was good after that. I mean, hard, but good in that I didn't have to think anymore. I didn't have to decide what was best for me anymore. Yeah, I just got desperate and got honest. Thank you guys for being here. This is a very random thing right now, so this is cool. You guys are kicking it. Kicking it with me. Scrolling through. Chad Allen, one of the OGs on the channel. Everyone show Chad some love. This guy has paid for a lot of dinner nights out with my wife. I've taken my wife out, Chad, and been like, this is on Chad. This is on my most like absurdly generous subscribers. But Chad says, is that a gamer chair there? Do you play any games or stream while doing so? So this chair here was a gift from a good friend of mine. And no, I don't game. I might be open to trying, but I think I would be really bad. I think I'd be really, really bad. But yeah, he just gave me this chair because this was my old chair right here. This is my old chair, and my buddy was pissed. He was just like, you have to have a different chair. I like this chair. It's little, but it gets the job done. Oh man, I just set someone up for that's what she said joke. Okay. Where are we at? Jessica Jade says, how do you manage catastrophic thinking? Jessica, for me, the most important thing that I do or can ever do when it comes to catastrophic thinking, which comes pretty natural to me, is reality test. Constantly reality test and body regulation, right? So if I get into an anxious space, I identify that I'm in an anxious space. I anchor myself, meaning that I'll use breath work or other people or soothing natural practices to calm myself so that I can get out of my body and into my right mind, so to speak. And then I just use reality testing tools. It's something that has made a big difference for me. And sorry, I just read another comment and it derailed my thoughts because I started thinking about it. Yeah, reality testing. So ABC therapy is really good, activating event belief systems, consequences of those belief systems, stuff I could go into. But is it true? Can I prove it? That's the skinny of it. That's the simple gist of it. Okay, where we at? Uh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Emma James says, I've never really had any alcohol. I've never really ever had any alcohol, but I am habit forming person. I don't think it would be wise. Yeah, that's wild. You might be right. Worst case scenario, you don't drink and you don't have to ever deal with the bad side of alcohol. So, Juggler Forever One says, how many days sober, bro? I think we are coming up on 9 months. Not I think, we're coming up on 9 months just shortly here. Joseph says, aloha from Hawaii. Joseph, thank you for saying hi. From Hawaii, no less. Juggler Forever says, your story reminds me of mine, inspiring to see your videos. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Chris F says, how much do your T levels vary between peak and trough days? Did it take you a while to dial in? Yeah, it did take me a while to dial in. I think the last time I did blood work, my peak day was, because I did it every day for like 4 or 5 days, and my peak day was, man, I want to say like 1,080, and my trough day was maybe 657. So I try to stay within that range and make sure that my free is within range as well. E2 is within range. They over medicated me when I first started, and now I'm settled in at 130 milligrams a week, roughly. Sometimes 120, sometimes 140, but it's I try to make it right around 130 a week, and I do that every 3 days. Well, not 130 every 3 days, but I split the dose and I give myself the treatment twice a week, essentially. Tall Coco 21 says, you helped me so much, thank you. Hell yeah, you're welcome. Emma Jade says, any update with your dad's medical license? You remind me a lot of him with your personality. Way to go on sobriety. Thank you, Emma. Yes, he just got his medical license back. We just filmed the update video, and I'm going to post it on the big channel within the next day. Alexis Colon says, just curious, have you ever had your injection spike your estrogen? If yes, how did you decrease it? Yeah, early when I was first on my TRT, for those of you who don't know, I was diagnosed with hypogonadism many years ago, meaning my body stopped making testosterone at any sort of meaningful level. And I was suffering from a lot of different things, much of which was associated and attributed to the low T. So we started treating that, and it's been a journey, and it's been a really meaningful part of my recovery. But they did over medicate me when I first started. I did spike my estrogen levels when I first started, and they slowly got it back by making my doses smaller and more frequent. And then I cleaned up my lifestyle, and I lost a bunch of weight, and that made a big difference. I was once a pretty heavy guy, and now I'm pretty lean. Talacoco 21 says, with OCD. Oh, good. I'm glad I could help you with that. Einstein R2, I may have read that wrong, says, how are you today? I'm good today. I got to spend time with some people I really care about at my rehab, some of the staff there. And my niece is in town, and I'm sober, and I'm well. Thank you. How are you today? Tony J says, I go to counseling for drinking, but I feel worse when I come out of there. That's really, really normal. You know what? I should make a video about that. So one of the things that happens when you deal with hard stuff, when you talk about difficult things and you get to experience some introspection and look at yourself and acknowledge shortcomings or lapses in thinking or judgment or reason or whatever, therapy can bring up a lot, and then it can make you feel worse for a time. And that's a really good idea to make a video about, because that's always been my experience too. I think that's a big reason why people avoid therapy. I think it's a big reason people avoid processing hard things, is because sometimes it can get worse before it can get better. Yeah, that was my experience also. But then ultimately it's very liberating, it's very, very freeing, and then my experience eventually led to being alcohol free. It's like I no longer wanted or needed it, so to speak, to be okay, which is the goal. Jennifer Jagger says, hi Noah, hi everyone in the chat. Another great day for me. Had my first COVID injection today and had an awesome counseling session. Your last video really helped me, thank you. I hope that your side effects are minimal, and I'm glad you had a good counseling session, and I'm glad you shared so positively with everyone. Thank you. Car Musk says, what up, Noah? What's going on? What's going on? Damn, I'm getting old, you guys. Can you guys believe? Look at all these wrinkles. My wife says I've got 11s, but honestly, I got like pitchfork. I'm getting old. But anyhow, where were we? Stacey Reed says, hi, Noah. I'm so glad you're very good now. Love watching the videos that you make. Thank you, Stacey Reed. That was really nice of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Blue Bee says, good night. It's late here in France. Ah, Francais. Sleep well. Thanks for being here. Michelle Antoinette says, Chad and I need to be friends. Chad's the, yeah, Chad's the guy. Chad's the goat. Aaron says, lol. Turn Nick 56 says, hello. Jennifer Jagger says, Tony J, the counseling sessions get tough and real before they get better. Hang in there. Amen. It's the truth. Google Goon, it's good that you're well, but what about the people that are struggling with everyday life? Yeah, I'm rooting for those people. Absolutely. And I'll do my best with every interaction, with every choice that I make, not to make anybody's life harder. That's for sure. Because there's a lot of people still struggling. I have lived in struggle. I understand that for sure. And I have so much empathy and belief that people can get better and things can get better. But I think with that in mind, it's just about being kind, being intentional with my decisions, being a thoughtful person. Tony says, I've been going for months. I feel no different. So I think you mentioned you were still drinking, Tony, and I know that when I was attempting to process difficult things and heavy emotions while I was still drinking, it was a lot harder to make progress for me. So maybe something to consider is getting sober while you go through therapy. And if you're not able to get sober while going through therapy, then maybe for right now, the drinking is something just that needs all your attention. Just a thought, though. Ooh. Oh, where are we? Tony J said, okay, Turn Nick 50 says, I'm craving a dopamine rush. Yeah, dude, I crave it like nightly, and I tend to eat ice cream these days. Jennifer Jagger says, Tony J, do you feel comfortable with who you're seeing? I needed to try a few before I clicked with that one. That's a great point. Find the right therapist, it's everything. And they're not all created equal. That's for sure. Marla Robinson, Aaron says, congrats. Marla Robinson says, has anyone ever mentioned you take the oral form of testosterone? I heard there's a new pill, but not sure how safe it really is. I certainly would never do my testosterone orally. I'd rather just do the injectable. Easier on the body, that's for sure. Jake Bailey says, stumbled across your page, watched the video on alcohol. I haven't drank in a month and feel amazing. Depression has gone totally. Dude, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Chris F says, thank you so much for answering the question about peak and trough days. Very informative. I remember seeing your initial 400 dose every 2 weeks, but yeah, that shot looked ridiculous. Talk about going from 0 to 60. I know, what a silly thing. What a silly thing that doctor is doing, putting me on such a big dose. Jess, what are you girls up to? My wife just got home. One sec.
PT here in a second.
Okay.
And then going to the gym to do another PT session. So, kind of hang out.
Cool.
While I'm on age, we can never with them.
Cool. What's that? One second, guys. Oh, Mi Casa Su Casa. This was a... Hey, very cute.
I tried them on too, and I was like, dude, they're not supposed to be how they fit, are they? She's like, no, they're supposed to be this.
You're on the live stream. Yeah, those are great. That is my niece and my wife. Okay, where were we, guys? ¿Dónde estábamos? Jake Bailey says, stumble across your page. Okay, awesome. Chris says, thank you so much for answering. Yep, did that already. Jennifer Jagger says, congrats to Dr. Paul on getting his license back. His patients must be absolutely delighted. Yeah, they will be. He hasn't started seeing patients again yet, but they certainly will be. I actually found, Michelle Antoinette says, I actually found your channel because I began watching your father's videos when I was pregnant and my first child back in 2019. Congrats on that. Just thought you should know. Yeah, that's fun. I like that little bit of history. Thank you for sharing. Nemesis Break says, hey Noah, hope all is well. Looking good, my brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. Feeling good. Juggler Forever says, congrats. This is really random. Your videos helped me at a time I thought nobody else understood. Do you research on Safe Moon? Do you research on Safe Moon? It's going to make a lot of people very happy soon. I'll look into it. God bless you too. Eric says, hey Noah, what's going on, Eric? Einstein says, I'm happy to hear that you are feeling good. I'm also feeling good. Good. Good, good, good. That's wonderful. Fred says, you have to deal with problems or they show up in odd places. That's the truth. Alfian Ferdinand says, hello, Noah. What's going on, dude? KZ says, what is your full-time job? YouTube is my full-time job. I own 2 channels. This one outright, the other one I own with my dad. We split it 50-50. And then I've been hired to run a 3rd channel. So I do YouTube videos and this sort of thing full-time. Daniel Adraszewski. Hello, Noah. Great seeing you. 140 days sober. Now let's go. Great to see you doing well. Yeah, good for you, man. Angie Miller says, what up? What up, Angie? How you doing? Google Goon says, thank you for the comment. I struggling right now, but I will dig deep. Yeah, man, just get support. I'm definitely, I just have so much empathy for the person not doing well because that's where I lived for a long time. That's just where I lived for such a long time that I never believed I wouldn't be doing poorly. Like my discomfort between my ears, in and out of sobriety even, just made me think I would always struggle. And I got to a space where I didn't think anyone could convince me different. So it's nice to be stable and consistent today, most of the time. And boy, do I want to be some sort of stability for those that are still struggling. Trevor Phillips says, hey Noah, watched you for quite a while now, but have you got any tips on coming off alcohol? You're awesome, by the way. Yeah, do it carefully, do it safely, Trevor. So that's a big question, and a lot of that would depend on how addicted you may or may not be physically, right? So if you have a legitimate physical dependence, then you need to be very careful. Alcohol withdrawal can be fatal. So I would say detox facility and just reaching out for help in that capacity is a starting place. If you're not physically dependent and it's a mental and emotional thing, right, with maybe some physical dependency but not like dangerous physical dependency, then just exploring is important. Exploring your relationship with alcohol, how it's impacting you, kind of helping, like deciding what you want. What is alcohol doing for you? What is it taking away from you? Maybe going to a meeting, maybe seeking some professional counsel and just sitting with someone who understands that world from a clinical perspective and seeing what they think. I think it's just gently exploring it all while trying to still be loving towards yourself, depending on if you're ready or not ready to let go. And I mean, get real with yourself. Like, find out if you can stop, even if you want to. That was a really big one for me. Like, I would say that I wanted to get sober, but then I couldn't. I just couldn't. I was too addicted. It was too powerful. Things, the hooks were in too deep. So I think that's another really important thing to figure out. I wonder if there's an easier way for me to see these comments. Let's see. Oh, weird. You guys want to see something crazy? Me, filming me, watching me. Okay, I'm having too much fun with this. Get a grip, mister. Okay. Now I can just read the comments up here. Where were we? Oh. It's tripping me out. I'm just finding the next comment, guys. My bad. Jeanette Lake says hi from Ireland. Oh, one of my favorite friends in Irishman. I'm not sure why I just flipped into that cartoonish Irish accent. Please excuse me. Hello from Beaverton, Oregon. Someday I would like to visit Ireland. Charlie Fan says hi. Charlie? Hi to you too. Glad you're here. PJ Fam says, just lost my 90K a year job and and fiance about to bounce because of it. Glad you went live. Always cheers me up. Oh, that's tough. How very tough, man. Rooting for you. I hope you can handle that in the healthiest way possible, because that sounds very triggering. Emma James says, do you have or want kids? Oh, your wife seems sweet. She's very sweet. And you know what? I used to think I for sure did not want kids. And I got to a space where like I couldn't imagine ever being mentally stable enough to have kids. So what crosses my mind now is that if I can, when I let me manifest some positive energy here, when I'm able to maintain some long-term recovery, we're coming up on 9 months, I would love to see that number get to 18 to 24 months. Maybe then, you know, but I'll tell you what, biology is knocking. Gotta get on it. Maybe then though. Madi Rudvik says, stop, try, and start your own production, please. Stop, try, and start your own production? I don't even know what that means, but I'm about it. I like it. I'm about it. Kirsten, let's go. I'm raising the roof like it's 1995. Did I just date myself? That's really funny. Everyone, a very important person just entered the chat. No more important than any of you, mind you, but a very important person. Kirsten. Or is it Kirsten? Do we do this every time? Damn it. So this is one of my channel members. Very small little group of people because I don't promote the channel membership yet, but I'm so grateful for anyone that's there. It says, hey Noah, just leaving work, about to take my daughter to baseball, super mom status, but just wanted to say hi and I hope your day is well. My day is going well. I hope your day is going well too. You made mine better by being here, so thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Rorschach says, you and I look so alike. Love your videos about TRT. I'm going to get TRT 140 nanograms. Perfect. That's essentially right around where my dose is, and it feels great. It's a good dose for me. It supports my mental health and my physical well-being. So good for you. And it's good to know I have a doppelganger out there. That's good too. Eric Ramsayer says, everyone liked the video. Like the video! Yeah, guys. I mean, come on, like, it helps. All right, I just went full Tony on you, and I apologize. But likes do help. I never ask for them because something about it, I just don't like how I feel when I do. But likes are actually very, very helpful for YouTubers. I remember this other YouTuber talking about that and just saying like, dude, you got to ask for that from your viewers because it just makes a difference. Oh, that's better. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Infinite Hustle says, do you have any advice on tendon injuries? And do you know if test helps with tendon recovery? I mean, I know having adequate hormone levels, period, will help with recovery. It's way outside of my hula hoop to even speculate on tendon injuries. I would say consult a physician immediately. Be careful. Just be careful. I wish I could give you something more tangible there, but it's just outside of my hula hoop. I don't know. I know. Here's what I can say. I suppose which would maybe be helpful, is I know that for me, I really like to do tissue work up and around the areas that are hurting. So I had knee surgery, right? I tend to get sore elbows and stuff. Not enough that I can't. So tissue work, banded work, stuff like that, it all helps. Infinite Hustle says, do you have any advice on, oh, where I got there? Car Mafk says, proud of you, Noah, on your sobriety. Been sober for 5.5 years now. Thanks, man. And good for you. That's so cool. That's the dream, one day at a time. Valentine Minkov says, hey, Noah, I have been watching your videos for years. Thank you for your work, man. You're an inspiration. Thank you, Valentine, for saying that. Super nice. Jennifer Jagger says, I started back at YouTube now that I'm sober and completed rehab. My last channel did okay, but I was not in a good place. We'll start uploading this week. Cool. The more of us, the better. That's awesome. Where am I? Where was I? I'm getting on battery with this weed shit. Oh, did I just cancel the live stream? No, we're good. Am I good? Oh, I thought I ruined that. Fred says, low test and depression will push guys to medicate. Sure will. Infinite Hustle says, lol. Michelle Antoinette says, cryptocurrency advice, dollar cost average. That's my cryptocurrency advice from you. Jennifer H says, hi, great to see you live tonight. Hey, good to be seen and good to see you too. Bar says, how are you, Noah? Dude, I'm good, man. Like, I'm not destroying my own life on a day-to-day basis. So that's a good effing feeling. It is really nice just to trust myself every day. I mean, one good thought at a time, but I know who I get now on a day-to-day basis. I can count on me. I couldn't do that before. It really, really sucked to not be able to count on myself. So I'm good, man. And I hope you're good too. Michelle Antoinette says, in a nutshell, oops, where'd it go? In a nutshell, Avi. Yeah, Avi. Carly Warley says, hi from New Zealand. Hi, Carly. Never been to New Zealand. Wow, and Bars is from the Netherlands. That's so cool. Christopher Lapon says, hi from Provincetown, Massachusetts. Dang, people from all over the place. That's so cool. Fred says, Michigan here, let's go. Trevor Phillips says, Noah, what did you get when you tried to quit drinking booze? I don't know that I entirely understand the context of that question. If you're talking about like what were the good things that came out of it, I got a reality check. I got better health. I got introduced to myself. I got to stop the chaos in my life. I got a lot of I got to heal relationships, but I mean, it was really uncomfortable for the first couple, 2-3 months of my sobriety, and there's been ups and downs since then. So I don't know. I could answer that in so many different ways. But I got my real life. I got my real self. That's for sure. Jennifer Jagger says, how to join your channel membership to support. If you go to my channel like on a desktop, I don't think you can from a phone, but if you went like on a desktop and you just went to the channel, there's a join button. And yeah, once a week, or I'm trying to do once a week, make sure that there is like posts and member only live streams. It's still pretty new, so I'm still finding a rhythm. Yeah, but it does help. It does support the No Foundation. Carl Daniel Jean Lewis says, Haiti here. Wow, I love what you do. Keep it up, man. That's crazy. Thank you, Carl. That's so cool. Nemesis Break says, never hurts to ask for likes. Yeah. No, it's totally fine. I appreciate likes. Likes do help you guys. They do support little old content creators like myself. Jennifer H says, my advice on family planning, no rush with kids. You have plenty of time. Don't let friends or family rush you. Thank you, Jennifer. Anand says, why did you skip my question? I didn't mean to skip your question. Let's see. I'll go back and look for it, boss. I don't see it. So I must have missed it, or it must not have posted. So maybe if you're still here, my friend, just send it again, okay? Esoteric Fitness says, need prayers, laid my bike down, and brother-in-law is still hospitalized. Oh man, prayers. I'm sorry to hear that. That's rough. I'm glad you're okay, so to speak. Yes, Senya says, hey Noah, any tips on how to deal with grief? My girlfriend just passed away from COVID and it hurts so much. My future wife and my future with her has vanished and I feel like I'm floating now. How traumatic. It's awful. Just don't hurt yourself over it, and don't let this be the reason you self-destruct. Honor the loss and the person lost by honoring yourself and just taking care of yourself. But go through the grief process, and I would say no matter what, don't do it alone. Cry, yell, scream, do whatever you have to do, but don't do it alone. Do it with someone else, and maintain a personal commitment of safety, mentally, emotionally, and physically, right? I'm not just talking about physically, but mentally and emotionally. Remember that your responsibility to yourself is non-negotiable, and otherwise just, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's awful. Trendsetter, Halo, Heart. Yeah, I'm thinking about the comment before that now, though. That's just real sad. That's real sad. It makes me want to just really, really be mindful and thankful for my life. it is. You know what's weird? I've been thinking about, like last night at least, I couldn't sleep very well, and I was just spinning about death, like the inevitability of it all. Typical, what's the word? There's a word for this when you're thinking about these things. Existential thoughts, just like, why are we all here? What is this all about? What will happen when we go, if anything, stuff like that. Hey, Jennifer Jagger just became a member. Wow, that quickly put me in a better mood. Yeah, so I think it's a good thing to explore. And yeah, I know this community here will support you. Jennifer, thank you for joining the Inner Circle. It's really nice of you. And I look forward to seeing you on live streams and stuff like that. In other ways, I'm trying to figure out other cool ways to make a membership thing cool here. It's just brand new. But that's fun, and I appreciate it. Callum Sutherland says, greeting from Scotland, 5 years sober here. Wow, that's so cool. Reap the benefits, heck yeah. H. Hosen says, good to see you, bro. Good to be seen. Good to see you too. Esoteric Fitness says, Noah sober and kicking ass. Hats off to you. Thank you. JD, hi Noah, going to rehab next week. Any tips? Show up. That's my tip to you, JD. Good for you for making the commitment, but don't be fooled by that good feeling you have right now, like, oh, I decided to do something positive. Your brain's going to reward you. It's not that it's not good. I've just been that person who's been like, I'm going to rehab next week, and then I took my addiction to a whole new place. And there are many people that are going to rehab next week that don't make it to rehab because they've convinced themselves that they have a license to go extra crazy. A lot of damage can be done up until then. So just be careful and be kind and show up. Show up, show up, show up, okay? That's the most important thing. And now, if you said I'm going to rehab in an hour, I'd be like, it would be a little bit of different response. So don't mistake this as not being happy for you, because it's a big deal. Making that decision is a big deal. Yeah. And Jennifer Jagger says, going to rehab advice, don't go on a last binge. Yep, exactly. Where are we? Sorry guys if my comment section got moved around. BB King Blues King 122 says, I see you spend a lot of time reflecting on the meaning of life and entire human existence. There's no question. I see you spend a lot of time reflecting on the meaning of life. I don't spend too much time. I probably spend more time thinking about what I'm gonna have for dinner. That's my guess. There's no question. Nate J. Brown says, hello champion. That's cool. You have such a calm presence about you. Blessings. Oh, dude. Nate, gonna make me blush, bro. Thank you. Vanessa Carey says, hi Noah, I've been interested to watch your dad's videos about your toxic relationship with TRT. Would you mind putting a little highlight on that subject for us? Yeah, so the highlight subject on having a previously toxic relationship with TRT and a healthier one now is that when I was doing things against my moral code or against my set of values that maybe I hadn't entirely established but I knew existed, when I was living that sort of life, oops, sorry, what did I just do there? It made it really hard to not lean on unhealthy things. So I started to identify myself as like me and TRT. So I'm nothing without it. I overemphasized it in my life in order to minimize and undermine other parts of my life that were out of balance. So my toxic relationship was centered around the fact that I was leaning on it for security and for a sense of purpose and self, and I wasn't bolstering my wellness, my identity, and other meaningful ways that are far outside of that. I hope that makes sense. It's a pretty long video, but I was in a pretty raw place when I recorded that. It was a big thing that we talked about in rehab and therapy. Who is big no-no? This is my question, right? Who am I if I don't have that, you know? So it's in a much better place now, thankfully. Jennifer Jagger says, okay, I'll go on my laptop. Nice. You're awesome, Jennifer. Jordan Bonnell says, no, I love your videos. They help so much. Hope you're doing well. Do you have any tips on how to get over social anxiety? How to get over social anxiety? Well, one, you know, what pops into my head when I think about getting over social anxieties, I just think about remembering that, okay, baby, remembering that like socially, make the choice that you want to make and don't live out of a space of pressure. Don't live out of a space of a false sense of need, right? So, hey, boo. So do what you want to do. Be around the people you want to be around. And take ownership and pride in that sort of thing. That's what pops in my head first, is to not needlessly pressure yourself, I guess, into social situations that you don't want. As far as other parts of it, just be mindful of your body, right? And staying regulated and staying calm, use breath work, and reality test your biggest fears. Someone's going to judge you, something embarrassing is going to happen, your anxiety is going to flare. Challenge those things and take ownership over those things in advance. Reality test those things. Maybe go with someone you care about. This is something I have a ton of expertise on. So mostly for me, because I don't tend to have social anxiety. So when I think about it, I just think of not victimizing myself at all, if at all possible, right? Just remembering if I go somewhere, I choose to be there. Remember why you choose to be there, and there's so many resources. So just make sure you're using them. You're being gentle with yourself. A lot of people go through it, and I definitely think it can get better. There's my just another dude, just an average person sharing his 2 cents. It's a great question. I wish I knew more about that. Emma James says, if you're on the phone, exit out of the comment section. Next to the subscribe button is a blue button that says join. Click here. Oh, sweet. H. Austin says, 3 years clean, depression free today with your how. Let's go. That's awesome. Jennifer Jagger says, like and comments are great. The algorithm loves engagement. It does. BB King Blues King says, why did you skip my question? Weird. So, hey guys, if I missed any of your questions, just be mindful that it's not on purpose. I don't skip anyone's question unless it's just someone being outright hateful or something like that. Then I'll pass that. But otherwise, if I missed it, it's by accident. Sometimes when you're doing these live streams as well, your comment section will just bounce, right? It'll just go from one spot and then fly up to another. So you kind of have to scroll and figure out where you were. Vanessa Carey says, also, love you so much. You're very compassionate. Thank you, Vanessa. Emma James says, are you spiritual, Christian? I'm exploring faith, that's for sure. I don't know that I would label myself, but I pray every single day, and I wonder about it all a lot, and I'm gently exploring all of that. Trevor Phillips says, I'm going through the most severe alcoholic pancreatitis, but your videos are great. Oh, Trevor, thank you for being brave enough to share that. Dude, I was so afraid of that sort of thing when I was drinking. I was binge drinking every night, 6 nights a week. At the end, 14 to 18 beers in like a 1 or 2 hour time frame, and I passed out one night and I woke up and I had this burning feeling right here, and I mean like there's some sort of horrible rash inside my body, burning feeling, and I was sure that I was having pancreatitis or what, and I would beg myself not to drink, and I would drink anyway at night, and it was such a scary, anxiety-provoking space to be in. It was absolute chaos. So thankfully that didn't end up being my story, but I've heard it's very painful. I definitely think it's something that would have come for me. I don't think I would have been able to escape it, and yeah, that's rough, man. It's really rough. I'm about to go make my breakfast, but I want to take you guys with me. Google Goon says, I want to straighten my life out, but it's difficult when you're married to an alcoholic. Any advice? Ooh, wow. All right. You can't control people, places, or things. My advice would be that if you want to straighten your life out, then you'll have to set boundaries, even with your wife. It's something my wife struggled to do, but now is able to do with me. It's something that I would be able to do with her. If getting sober or changing your life or saving your life is the most important thing to you, then yes, it will be uncomfortable. Yes, it will be painful, but you'll have to set boundaries with that relationship, even as your wife. No one can be the reason you can't get better. That's up to you. And that will mean some hard things will have to be reflected upon. But yeah, it's a tough one. Yeah, it's a very tough one, but the reality is that you'll have to do what you have to do to get sober, even if that means separating or taking making space for. Yeah. Pevali left, I don't know, is that like a cat popping out of a box? Hold on, I'm not understanding what's going on in the comment section. I'm a little behind, but I'm just going to scroll ahead. So let's go ahead and move on real quick, and I'll go back to Rhea from Canada. She writes, I'm currently in a really deep depressive state, Googling painless ways to check out. Feeling like a burden to everyone. I'll never be okay. What I want to say to you, Rhea, is that I really appreciate you writing that and having the courage to write that. And I want you to know that I've written similar things on other people's videos, and I've said similar things to other people, and I've thought similar thoughts, and I've had what I'm assuming are very similar, very morose, very hopeless, very, very detached feelings as well. And I'm going to tell you right now that thinking these things and having these feelings doesn't mean they're true. They are uncomfortable, but it doesn't mean that anything bad is going to happen or that you can't be okay. And so, yeah, I think you should call someone. But what the exciting thing, Rhea, is that you writing this tells me that you want to be okay and you want to live and you want to be heard and you want your pain to be acknowledged. And I want to be just one random human on this planet acknowledging your pain. I know it's real. I know it's scary. I know that when you're in it, as long as I'm assuming you've been in it, you don't see out of it. That's part of it. That's normal. It's not good, but it's normal to not be able to see out of your pain. So I want you to believe that I believe that you're going to be okay. I want you to believe that I believe that one day you'll look back on this and you won't relate any longer with the person who's in pain today. And then just stay safe for today and get help and get support, and know that there are people like me and there are other people in this chat who understand, who care, who know suicidal ideations, who know clinical depression, who know cognitive distortions, who know panic disorders, who know dark, dark, horrible places. And we're here anyway, and we're thriving anyway, and it can pass. So I think it's really cool that you're willing to say that. I love talking about fun things on this channel. I like sharing the more uplifted, upbeat parts of me with you guys, especially because I've spent so many years when I wasn't doing well sharing. But it's important that we acknowledge that there are some of us who are on this channel, and there are people who are watching these videos that aren't doing well at all, and maybe are on their last rope, hanging by a thread. And we need to be mindful of those people. We need to support those people. I am those people. I've been those people, and I care about those people. So thank you, Rhea, for saying all that. And be brave. Yeah, be very, very brave. All right, I'm not going anywhere. I'm enjoying myself. Oops. But I'm really, really, really hungry, and I want to make my pre-workout meal. So I'm going to, oh, hey, what's up? So I'm going to make my food, but I'll take you guys with me. You can turn on the TV if you want, and you don't have to hide. You can do, no, you don't have to hide. You can do whatever you want. Okay, so for a second here, guys, I'm not going to be reading comments because I'm going to try to hustle through making my food. But if you want to hang in there, please do. I will read comments again and re-engage in just a second. I'm just going to hustle through making my breakfast. Okay? So that's what's happening. If you're wondering why the hell is this guy live streaming if he can't even read the screen. So what I eat every single day, like literally every single day before I work out, is the same thing. And I don't know if there's even one person on here who's curious to know what I eat every day before I work out. But if there is, it is that one person's lucky day, because for the next 5 minutes, that's going to be the topic of discussion. So I take out a food scale and I do about 40 grams of oats. Yep. And then I'm a huge fan of this stuff right here, this organic PB Fit stuff. And so I will do 1 serving of this. Yep. And then, a mí me gusta el mantequilla de cacahuate. Grabbing a spoon. And I'm gonna serve myself up 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. Close enough. There we go. Oh man, I really want to read the comments right now. I put salt on everything, like literally. I salt absolutely everything. Get some honey. That looks good. And then raisins as well. There we go. Guys, it is fairly warm where I'm at. And on Saturday and Sunday, and I think Sunday in particular, it is going to be 109 degrees where I'm at. I live in the Pacific Northwest. Suffice it to say, that is not normal. That is not normal. I don't want to be a big baby, but pretty freaking scared, man. That is really hot. So raisins are added, peanut butter is added, PB2, and some almond milk here. I eat this literally every day.
Hey, Maddie. What was that movie you were watching last night?
Oculus.
What was Oculus?
Yeah, you go train now. You go work out. Yeah, once in a while, I enjoy a horror movie. And last night, watched a movie called Oculus. And it was really scary. And I would recommend it. I also went and saw... What did I do recently? I went to the movie theater, which was fun. Okay, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Went to the movie theater, which is fun. And I saw the newest Conjuring movie. I think I just respect a scary flick. You know? Kind of bundling up with my popcorn. It's all freaked out. So, banana. Slicing up a banana. Okay. Oops. Okay. I've made a mess. I'm a real messy boy. Almost completed. Ice cream. Bloobs. All right, let's see where we're at with questions. Madi Rudvik says, kindly think about your FSH, please. Of course. Esoteric Fitness says, Yasina, sorry about your loss. Awesome. Esoterics, Jennifer, good. Bar says, have you ever considered studying psychology to maybe understand your own psyche better? I'm about to start the study soon, and hopefully it will help me. I have, and I quite frankly think I will study psychology soon. Yeah, absolutely. BB King's Blues King 122. People look up the androgen receptor CAG, repeat polymorphism, involved in responsiveness to testosterone. Sounds good. Vanessa Carey says, let's talk about your dad's new video. I'm so excited to watch it. What's your feeling on that video? It's just him making an announcement with a caveat. You'll have to wait though. Because there's a little catch to it, but I want to save it for the video. Jessica B says, hi Noah, really like the channel. Never commented before. Have a lot of struggles with mental health myself and have a husband with PTSD. It's tough. And your videos help a lot, so thank you. Jessica, thank you for commenting. Even that can be a brave act. I know that can make some people quite nervous. So good on you for that. It's a safe place to do it. And I'm glad you're here. And I'm glad some of the videos were able to be helpful. Guys, I'm really close to being done with this meal. And then I'm headed back to my office. And there's still some people here. God bless anyone that just kicked it while I made an oatmeal. That is definitely not fun content. But this is it. This is my giant bowl of oatmeal. This is what I eat every single day, a couple hours before my workout. Every single day. And it is so tasty. Little extra salt. I promise I'll come back and clean this. That was a message from my wife. Okay. I have a pretty strong feeling that this is too much food. But that's okay. Okay, well, some of you are still here. Maybe there's new people here. Wanted to make some food, so I did that. But let's get back to questions. We're just hanging out. Ooh, it's hot in this office. I might take off my shirt. Vanessa Carey says, also Team CrossFit. Hey, CrossFit for life. JD says, thanks. That thought definitely crossed my mind. Good. Not your freaking business says, have you ever dealt with shin splints, knee pain from running, and what do you suggest? I have. Heel walks were really, really helpful for me. Also compression work with like voodoo floss were really, really helpful. Vanessa Carey says, thank you for sharing, Noah, of course. Maudi Rudvik says, thank you. Thanks again for your... Think again of your low T. Please stop TRT and start your own production and set the example for the youth. I know it would not be easy for you, but we'll do it. I hear you. I hear you. That's not going to be my story. My TRT is very important for my mental wellness. I started my TRT because I had almost none in my body. I was deeply suicidal, deeply depressed and anxious, and it would be against my recovery. It would be against my self-care to come off of TRT at this time, especially during early recovery. So my levels are stable, they're optimal, they're under adult supervision, they're under medical supervision. I do not abuse, I do not take extra. It would be unsafe and it would be foolish of me to come off to try to make other people feel good. That doesn't make any sense. So to my own self be true, I think that's important for all of us when we have like necessary medical interventions that maybe some people don't understand. Do it for the right reasons, do it for yourself, and never, never, ever, ever feel pressured, right? So I'm not saying, Marty, you're trying to pressure me, but I have a medical condition, and I'm really thankful that there's an option for someone like me to treat it. People need to make, like you say, do it for the youth. I'm not doing anything for the youth. I'm taking care of myself. So if my tip for the youth is to be honest, be open, and take care of yourself, and don't hide, don't sneak, don't lie. Robert says, any tips for overcoming OCD, obsessive compulsive? Talk about it, right? Talk about it and reality test the things that are going on in your mind and how you're thinking and how your brain is working. And don't take everything you think too serious, and investigate it with other people. Trevor Phillips says, do you think social anxiety makes you weak, and just anxiety in general? No, I don't think those things make you weak at all. I think having those things and learning to live with them and work around them make you strong. Elizabeth Northwest Atheist says, I saw your story for the first time last week while in the hospital with rhabdo for the second time. What a scary, scary thing to experience. I hope you're doing better, and I hope that my story was able to help you. Yesenia says, thank you. I will do my best. Every day is tough without her. I miss her so much. Your videos remind me to always be strong. Good. Good for you. Seth Perry says, exploring faith is the best way to put it. Good. Lil Wayne 96 says, hey, what's going on? JD says, do you go to AA every day? I do not go to AA every day. I work with a sponsor, and I haven't actually been for a couple of weeks, but I like the idea of going once a week with my other recovery plans. Raya from Canada says, I'm currently, already read that one. Jennifer, Carrie says, proud of you. Thank you, Carrie. D. Alex says, what up? What's going on? Madi Rudvik says, Carrie Barrack, please let him start his own production. Then I will be also proud of him. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Elizabeth Northwest Atheist. I'm incredibly depressed. I feel like I'm in the same place I was exactly 2 years ago. Then my CK was over 72 and I was on my deathbed. Oh, that's so scary. I hope you feel better soon. I hope you feel better so soon. Carrie says, what you're saying, I can't tell. I'm proud of him. Fred says, Elizabeth Northwest, I love you. That's awesome. Stasia says, I'm so sad right now. I feel numb. I was meant to come across this live for a reason, so thank you so much. Good. I'm glad you're here. Kate Carnes says, I just wanted to say hello. Hey, Kate. Elizabeth says, at that time, I lost the use of my right leg and saw zero feeling of my shin down. How scary. Yeah, it's so important for all of us to just take our health very serious and be in a space of gratitude, right? You never really know. PJ Fam says, she's so cute. She was hiding. Yeah. D. Alex says, let me see what you're eating, bro. I want to get big like you, man. I seriously cannot gain weight. And yeah, I definitely want to know what you eat. I'm only 140 pounds. I guess I do too much cardio. I mean, it just depends what type of body type you are. Because I know some people that are really lean that eat a lot and don't do any cardio. But I do try to eat a lot. That's for sure. I try to get 3,500 calories a day. Lots of weight training. Yasina says, I think I should do that before working out as well. I never know what to eat before working out. Trevor Phillips, anybody that's dealing with alcohol health issues, you're not alone. Just please try to stay strong. Awesome. Elizabeth says, Sunday before last I fell and got stuck. I was down again. That's how it happened. Wow. My good foot got stuck, and which threw me into rhabdomyolysis this time. Glad it was under 10K. D. Alex says, dang, bro, you're getting to see Florida weather. I know, dude. 109 degrees. What the heck? What the heck? Modi says, I'm not Noah's hater, but just I want to educate the people about TRT. Yeah, you're entitled to your opinions about it for sure, man. There's no harm in that. And ideally, right, if people could identify what caused the low T and could safely produce on their own, they should. But if someone can't safely do that, they shouldn't try. Necessarily, it could be very dangerous. The OO says, come to me. Blueberries are the bomb from VL, especially Canadian ones. When you know, you know. Shoot, I don't know. The Triple O says, how are you? So handsome. You want to come see me today? Crawford's Empire says how to get over our insecurities and negative thinking. Just talk about them, explore them. You know, don't demonize them. Yeah, just recognize them and let them be. Understand that we all have them. It's perfectly normal. It was really good. Yeah. Okay. I know I need to eat this, and I know I can't be fully present with you guys while I eat this, so I just want to say to anyone whose questions I didn't get to, thank you guys for being here. Oh, you know what? I ate this, and maybe some of you waited. I got 5 minutes. I'm going to rapid fire through as many questions as I possibly can in 5 minutes. I'm going to go from Crawford Empire to Elizabeth Atheist. We're going to go from there to there. Or let me see. Yeah, we're going to catch up on all the comments is what I'm going to say. We'll catch up and then I'll go. Okay, so Trevor Phillips, we're on you. We'll finish with you, Trevor Phillips. Or we'll start with you and work our way down, excuse me. And then I gotta go. Trevor Phillips says, Noah, what changed for you in terms of TRT? How do you know you have low T and what changes when you got it? Noah, what changed for you in terms of TRT? How do you know you have low T and what changes when you got it? So nothing has changed for me. I've been on 130 to 140 every week for years and years and years and years. I do 2 injections a week. I monitor my blood work, my side effects, my symptom relief. Everything's going really, really well there. I knew I had low T based on multiple blood draws that confirmed it. And yeah, that's all with that. Elizabeth says, just found out that my left foot fractured with free floating bone fragments. 5 days in the hospital and so many people looking at my entire body. No, what is that? Yeah, you're in a tough space, Elizabeth. Be brave, okay? Darren Camp says, I just started taking TRT. I'm currently on Seroquel and Zoloft. Do you think these medications will affect the benefits of the TRT? No, I think it's very possible that TRT might make it so you don't need those medications. That was my experience. I got on TRT and I no longer ended up needing psych meds. So, Maudie says, or Elizabeth says, anything about my left leg being bruised? Interesting. KPG says, what's up? What's up, KPG? BB Kings Blue says, I want to read and know about it. Good. Stasha says, that oatmeal looks so, so good. Yeah, this oatmeal is going to be great. Elizabeth says, I didn't notice because everything on the right always is masked. I see. Pony Girl says, so this is your first meal of the day? No, it's my second, actually. I just had my first meal before it. That's just protein. Yasina says, oh my God, can you leave the ingredients below so I don't forget because I really want to eat that now as well before working out. It's just oatmeal, peanut butter powder, like dehydrated peanut butter, blueberries, raisins, stuff like that. Just have fun, bananas. Tristan says, I have symptoms of low T, but have very high T, very low body hair, very low energy and confidence, derealization and depression. Strangely, I put muscle on very fast. Maybe I have and REC polymorphism, maybe so. And listen, the TRT is just one piece of the puzzle. So that's pretty frustrating though. I wonder what your total or your free T is. TRT is testosterone replacement therapy. Okay, team. I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to you guys. Thank you to each and every one of you that spent some time with me on this random ass live stream. I'm going to eat this food and kind of center myself for the afternoon before I go to the gym. But I love you. I care about you. I'm glad you're here, and I hope you have your best possible day. If you're struggling, I hope you're getting support. And if you're doing well, I hope you're enjoying it. I really do. All right, you guys, take care of yourselves. I'll see you later.